Why are you crying, Farble?
I got kicked out of my group because they said I was bad and I need to learn to play the game.
Don't worry, I'll help you. Okay, so the default keybinds that Blizzard gives you with the game are pretty much crap. They go 1 through 0 on your number system, and in my opinion, it's just a subpar system. Your hand has to move left and right all the time, and it's really just not conducive. So I've come up with an alternative system that I've been using for a lot of years now, and it works really well for me. I've had a couple of friends convert to it. But anyways, so instead of the default 1 through 10, I use 1 through 5 and then R, F, and V. The primary benefit to this is that you don't have to move your hand left and right on the keyboard all the time, and you're pretty much always able to use any one of your spells even while moving. And so that's always a perk. The next key binding thing that I have an issue is zooming in and out with the scroll wheel on the mouse. I had a friend back in Wrath of the Lich King that was a rogue, and he bound his Cloak of Shadows to mouse wheel up and his Vanish to mouse wheel down, and I thought that was the cleverest thing. So I've been using mouse wheel up and down for a lot of characters over the years. Although I don't use it for cloak and such, I tend to use the default mouse wheel up and down for movement type abilities, such as Displacer Beast, Wild Charge, my Demon Hunter Leap. Modifiers are buttons that, when pressed, change what spell you're currently using. For example, you could have 1 through 5 bound to certain abilities. Say 4 is Kill Command, Shift 4 is a different ability, it's Concussive Shot, and Alt 4 is a different ability, that's my Spirit Mend. So using modifiers, I can effectively triple the amount of spells I have in the same place. Blizzard kind of touched on this idea with the pet control bar, using your control as a modifier, control 1 to attack, and then some minor freedom with your abilities, but they never really took it as far as they could. I don't prefer the bar system that slides up and down. It feels clunky and just kind of inconvenient, in my opinion. With this many spells in one space, there's a lot of freedom that you have as far as where you can put abilities, but here's what I tend to do. Usually I put offensive abilities on my 1 through 5 and then on R, F, and V. And then on my Alt keys, I have my defensive cooldowns. On my Shift keys, I have my crowd control keybinds. The real advantage to this system is that no matter what character you're playing or what class you're on, your keybinds tend to work in a similar way, and it's not as disorienting switching, say, from a warrior to a mage, because even though they're vastly different classes, you still have similar keybinds. Alt 3, for example, will always heal me no matter what character I'm on. F1, 2, 3, and 4 are my big combat cooldowns, things such as Bestial Wrath, Incarnation, my bigger tank cooldowns sometimes. It's all highly variable, and you can put it really whatever you want to, but I tend to put movement abilities on my mouse so I have quick access to them. I recently got a Naga gaming mouse, and what I was expecting was an entire set of unique buttons that had their own programs, and instead the number pad on the side of the Naga acts as the number pad. Unfortunately, I had already bound those keys to a number of toys and just random other things, and so I had to end up rebinding those keys in order to use the mouse. And I played for a lot of years without needing a Naga mouse. With the expanded keybind system that I'm giving you, you'll actually, no matter what class you're on, really have more than enough empty space that you won't even need every keybind, let alone another Naga mouse plus any modifiers on that. The last thing I want to mention about key binding is add-ons. It's incredibly effective to use add-ons to bind your keys. Things like Dominos and Bartenders, especially since you can just set profiles and drag things around and change out anything where you want it to, really. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.
I'm the hero that Gotham deserves.